G'day. Right, welcome to the channel. Granddad's Junk! Well, here's the big buzz. So today we're going to talk a little bit about alternative energy, i.e. in particular, off-grid power. It's a bit of a buzz about all this, and a lot more to it than what meets the eye. In the background you can see my patio I've built. That timber was all cut on that mill. Beautiful, look at that. Got windows up there. Look at that window, all that timber, all cut from a mill. Unbelievable, that's awesome. Very happy with that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So I'll do a bit of a chat about electrical stuff in regards to your off-grid living. And I'll follow up with a video showing you the operation I have here, because we are completely off-grid and have minimal problems and minimal hassles. Rule number one, if you want to start running TVs and microwaves and fridge and freezers and all sorts of carry-on espresso machines, and this just goes on and on and on. It's all good and fine, you can do it. Don't get me wrong about that, you can do it. But bearing in mind, the cost, the initial investment to achieve that is going to be flippin' horrendous. The summer months aren't a big issue. It's the winter months that are the issue. Your daylight hours are real short. And here, where I'm on the west coast of the South Island here in New Zealand, spring's just started. So days are getting a bit longer now. But our shortest day, you get right down to about, it might be 8 hours of daylight hours in the shortest day, something like that. And it can be a big struggle, especially when you get cloudy, miserable, drizzly, shitty weather. It's just a non-event. Panels aren't operating at full capacity, nowhere near it. So it's a struggle. So you need a bit of a backup generator to help out. I'll show you all that. Now, solar panel companies, not in this country here anyway, if you're off the grid, living out of areas, cities and maybe good sized towns I suppose, they don't offer an installation service. It's not in their best interest to do that. So you got to do it yourself, and this means getting good panels. And there's no point buying junk. You're wasting your time. You get good panels. One are about 400 watts, rated about 10 amps. That's what you need. And I've got 12 of them here. The battery banks. I've got 2 battery banks, and one in particular is flipping huge. The batteries are expensive, but they're big. They weigh about 50 flipping kilograms. They're huge big batteries, but you need it. You need that storage to keep you going overnight time. Now don't ever get sucked into the trap. Hit to a mate of mine, very, very sad case. Lives in Greymouth here in the township here. He got a solar panel kit, they put it all up. He had like 14 panels, I think he had 14 panels on his roof. They did it all for him, put a great big inverter in which transfers, inverter thing, so he feeds it back into the grid. Now here's the trap. If you tie into a grid, you got a lot more consents and sign-offs that have to be done. Now here's the trap. 2 of his panels decide they're going to pack a sad and pack up. He was going to buy 2 more panels and they just plugged in, plug, unscrew it, take it off, new one on, screw, plug, done. Nope, they wouldn't allow it. So you do that there, we're not going to sign it off, and everything will be void. So he was stuck. So he had to buy they had a pack of mongrels. He had to buy a whole new system, another 14 panels. They made him do, which was absolutely flipping a trope. Anyway, I picked up the other 12 good ones as spare ones to put up. But that's a trap, and be very careful when you're looking at it. So you're off the grid, completely off the grid. Well, if you're on the grid and you want to do that, have a battery backup. Because in that way, if one does fail, you can put another one up and plug it into your battery bank. Then transfer it back on the grid. So your panels are independent of the grid. Your batteries aren't, but your panels are. And once again, it could be a way around it. I'm not sure what your rules are in Yankee Land but in other countries, but yeah, it's a trap for players here. So you've got to consider how much power you're going to use, how much power you're going to need to store. Are you prepared to alter your lifestyle to cater for this off-grid living power thing? You've got to get a real good inverter, no point buying crap. You've got to buy controllers. Don't buy, I had to pay like nearly $1,000 for a controller. I've had 2 blow up in the past, 2 cheaper ones, boom, boom, goodbye. And of course, poor old battery was boiling like a flipping jug. Unbelievable, one was anyway. Literally boiling. Wrecked the battery, but it happens, you know what I mean? So you've got to get good gear. It's worth, it might be initial cost could be quite high, but long term, it's well and truly worth it. Pays for itself eventually. And so from there, I've got an Outback inverter, which is an Australian made one. Very, very good. Great, and had no problems at all with it. So my house and a power shed have all got 230 volt here. 50 watts, 50 hertz, 230 volt. So I've got that all running here, and it goes good as gold. Sure, if you want to start using washing machines and heavy power usage items, you do it in the daytime. I've got a controller in the house, I can see exactly what's going on with the panels and the bank from right inside the house. So I'll show you all that next video. I'll show all the gear we've got and how it's all hooked up. So you're well informed. You've got to be informed and do your research. It's a massive saver. Now remember, these panels are all DC, so just remember that. So you've got to get away from thinking the AC system and think about things along the lines of your car. If you work on cars or things, once again, the 12 volt DC system. My panels here are on a 24 volt system. It's much easier to bump up to 230 volt, or if you're in Yankee Land, 110 volt from 24 than what it is from 12. It's a lot easier. There's a lot less stress and demanding on your gear. And basically in the cooler sort of months, you've got to make a few adjustments to your lifestyle. And that just means that, when the sun's going down, you've got to stop using high power usage appliances. Microwaves are okay, and they might be rated quite high, 1,000 watts or something, but they're only going for a few minutes. So your batteries and things can cope with that without a problem. Not a major. I can even operate. We've got fridge freezers here, got a great big chest freezer here, got TVs here, don't watch a lot of TV, but got TVs here. A bit of common sense goes a long way. If you want to watch a nice big movie, you've got a great big flash TV and all the gear, bear in mind, when it's dark, you've got no power coming in. You've only got power going out. Our system's hooked up at 22 volts, it shuts off. That's to protect your batteries. A little inconvenience is much easier to cope with than trying to charge batteries up from dead flat all the time. It also shortens the life of your batteries, and it's going to cost you more money. So I use about the top 20% of the battery, that's it. It keeps your batteries will last you, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 years. You get good quality ones. That's cheap, compared to say, cars. You flatten a battery, cut it 3 times, that battery's life has just been shortened from dead flat. I don't like it. I never have. Of course, deep cycle batteries goes on that quick. But see, if you can't afford deep cycle batteries because they're flipping dear, you can use and pick up cheap truck batteries, the bigger ones, and you can even use them. Just remember, just only use the top 20% of the storage, and they'll cope with that. What else is there really? So yeah, working out what you need, and don't walk into a shop and cough up 20, 30k and get all this gear. Integrate it gradually. Just buy a couple of panels, 1 controller, couple of batteries. We need 2, you've got 24 volt system, hook them up to series. Something small. Just run your lights for a start. And get your head around it all. You can see how much it's using. then you can just increase it. But that's what I did. We just increased it bit by bit. As money became available, we just bought some more gear and some more gear over the last few years, just a bit here and a bit there, and built it gradually. It won't take you much to get yourself a wee fridge going. You know, they don't use a lot of power, but you can turn it off at night time. You always flick it off for the night. It's no big deal. It'll stay cold for the morning and put it back on again. So there are ways around things. So anyway, that's the panel situation. What else is there really? Yeah, you know, panels are like a big sail too. They'll catch all the wind, so make sure they're really well secured. Because yeah, you get wind blowing through, of course, as you say, it's like blowing against the house, and it's a great big catchment of air. And I've got to withstand that sort of, gust of wind. Not so bad where I am here, but some parts can be quite windy. That's it. Always remember that. Yeah, I think that's something else I really need to mention, really. But I'll show you all the stuff on the next video. We'll go through everything and show exactly what was done and how it's working and why it works. It works very well. I can use an arc welder, but it doesn't like it. It draws a little shit out of power, but I can operate a wee MIG welder without a problem. The inverter and batteries cope with that in the daytime without a problem, and they do. Okay, you can't be welding at night time, obviously, but then again, you see, a regenerator, backup generator is ideal. I show that too. I got an old diesel motor out of a Mitsubishi. I put that wee 3-cylinder thing, put that behind the shed, and I hooked up I had a generator motor packed up, but the alt motor still works. I hooked up a belt to that. Bingo, it works. So things like you can do cheap, especially in, like in some countries where you have massive big junkyards, you can go around and pick up stuff and just, and put it together, no worries at all. But yeah, so that's that there. So next video we'll go around and show you everything I've got going on here, and then you can get your head around how this actually works, and yeah. It can be quite disillusional if things aren't going your way, and it can be. You can hook things up and do things, bugger, why isn't this going well? It craps out, plays up, that's life. But don't get disillusioned. I always recommend just gradually building it up slowly. Start with some lights. Not too hard. But at least, and then you add another panel to it, No worries at all, just hook them all up. They've all got diodes in them now, so you're not going to backfeed one from the other and have issues. When you want to get an inverter, you got to get a good one. Just don't even waste your time buying, $1,000 crap from J-Car or some place like just wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Or they'll go for a wee bit, but when the going gets tough, they'll let you down, and they will. I got electric shock off my panels one day. It was last summer it was. Boy, shit, they were flipping, humming. Bang! I was just doing some work and they got next thing I got whacked. So yeah, they do give you a good kick. So I bet it more. Now they're pumping up 45 volts and up around a few amps. The pack in the summertime, oh yeah, it's unbelievable. I got whacked. So I know what it's like. So just be careful, be sensible, and you have no problems. So we've got nice aluminium frames around the panels, so you can put screws through them and things and bolts and that, and bolt them all up to things and bolt them together, and it actually works quite good. Now I tend to wire my panels separately, so I don't hook them up all together. One starts playing up, it can drag them all down. But the mono crystallite ones, of course, are better, and they've got the diodes on them. A wee black box inside with a diode in it, that can actually stop that from happening, which is important. But I wire each one onto the controller. This is how I do it. I'll show you all that. And yeah, it's a bit cloudy today, but they're going good. I've got sitting on 26 volts, so it's not much to worry today. It's still a bit quite bright, but yeah, there you go. So I don't know what else to say about it really, but there you go. Yeah, you can operate deep fryers on a nice sunny day, plenty of power coming in. You want deep fry some chicken or chips, or whatever you want to do, you can do that. Gas oven, we're in gas oven here, of course, and our water heater's all from the fire. So it's got heaps of trees here myself, so it's pretty cool. So that doesn't, burden the poor old panels. Once again, my boiler jug, they're about 2 kilowatt. The boiler jug, a lot of power to boiler jug. So you just put it on the gas, or you just put it on your fire. Or you got a kettle. It seems to work all right for us. So the hot water, of course, another big power usage. That's my wetback fire heats up that. So that is pretty cool. That's they release that burden. Otherwise, it's all pretty okay. Okay, guys. There's a bit of an explanation to it all. And then next video, I'll get it up pretty quick if I can, next couple of days. And we'll go over the actual things and actually look at them. And we can see how things are hooked up and how things are running here. Okay, guys, take it easy. Don't get too excited because you won't get paid no more for it. Adios, amigos. Woo!